Hey guys, welcome back to TTSMC Trader to this PM session. Please let me know if you can hear me. And welcome to King Bart 0605. Brother, please don't forget to give me a penguin. I was listening ICT himself, so last near about 2 hours I was listening to him, but the way he got stuck in one place to self promotion. I was not able to continue watching him. Okay, so you're just showing the things. Yeah, I mean, no word to say. Okay, he just got stuck in his self promotion. So I stopped watching him and thought that let's talk about the price action with you guys a bit. Just let me know if you can hear me, okay? I'm just going to talk. If I see that you can hear me, I'll be happy. By the way, the thing he told me, I love the one sentence actually. He told that every quadrant level is going to lays on the fair value gap. Okay, so he emphasized on that sentence, which I actually showed you in the video where I write it down like advanced price action, the last video I have uploaded. So over there I showed you how I have marked some level from the daily chart and then I aligned them with the 15-minute fair value gap. I didn't know that. Okay, that word ICT just told today, and I have uploaded that video maybe 2 to 3 days ago. That was my observation. Trust me guys, I'm telling you, I never heard from anyone else about this, but today I sit in this specific video. He told that this upper, I mean quadrant levels, it's always going to lays down with the gap. I just told it like this way: the levels you're going to mark from daily chart, it's gonna be important. If you see this is aligned with the 50-minute fair value gap, this is really so important, and specifically with that last fair value gap. So I'm really happy that I'm not spreading any misinformation. Whatever information I'm trying to spread to you guys, sooner or later ICT is actually give them the value. Okay, I'm really happy, and I'm happy to myself because I was able to discover them without ICT's help. So I'm really happy. So I'm not kind of disappointed anymore. By the way, I was not simply able to continue his self promotion. That's why I just closed his live and started my live instead of that, because I need to talk about this price action a bit. I'm not going to promise you that I'll be able to frame any trade here, but we'll try. Okay, so we'll see the price action a bit. By the way, I can let me see actually who are here. I can see Jinshit is here. Hey Jinshit, aim straight. Hey brother, Vijay Vashka, thank you brother for being here. Prince Rome, thank you brother for being here. Khalid, Christy Moore, and Teza, and I can see Archana is also here. And constructions. I'm not able to read the name here actually. GN construction. Gangjong is here, NQ Slayer is here, Jamie is here, Fatty and Teamed. Thank you so much guys for being over here. Thank you so much. Okay. Trading, Jahir, Tevin, all of you here. I'm so sorry guys to disturb you in this time. I'm not going to promise that I'll frame any setup. My intention is not framing any setup. My intention is to show you something on this price, not like ICT himself, the way he started to talk about the hindsight and the morning session price action. I was just fed up. I thought that he will talk about something about this PM session. I was keep waiting, keep waiting, keep waiting, but he just got stuck with that AM session. Okay, so I couldn't continue that on. Whatever. Let's look at the price action with the T2 wizard and over here. So for you remember the daily bearish fair value gap? There was that gap, and I told that market has done both buy side and sell side has been cleared. So I'm not interested to see that this market will keep falling. Instead of that, first I would love to see this will go higher. After going higher from certain level, I will start to look for sell. Just if you remember on the morning session, this is the recap. I'm coming to 4-hour chart. This is the 4-hour chart. Now this is that same daily bullish, sorry, bearish fair value gap. Now if you remember around the morning session, I told that I want to see this market will come to this fair value gap, at least to this fair value gap, maximum until this bearish order block. I was very specific. There was no confusion, nothing. At least it has to come here. Maximum it can come until this bearish order block. That means when it will come here, you will start to look for selling opportunity. If it is inside the session, if there is price action, you will start to look for sell. If you don't get the sell, let him run. How far? Until this bearish order block from the 4-hour chart. Now you can see that so far this candle has traded this bearish parabolic, bearish order block. Okay, if I say bearish parabolic, I'm so sorry, bearish order block, as well as this new day opening gap. So above this new day opening gap, I have this new week opening gap. I don't want to see that this market will come back again to this new week opening gap. I just don't want to see that. Now from the 4-hour chart, I believe that you got some insight over here. Whatever bearish PDR we are looking for, we have seen that some of this bearish PDR has been traded. Would love to come to our chart. First, would love to talk about the premium and discount. So if you remember when this market fall and this specific day, which was yesterday, I clearly told that I don't want to see this market to come to this deep premium. Why? Because it is coming from the premium. If this market go back again to this premium fair value gap, that means it is going to make another all-time high. The way this market opened here, the way this market opened last Sunday, it seems like a bullish market. It can fall here to take some liquidity. Every line is the liquidity. High, upper quadrant 50%, lower quadrant low. All of these lines are the liquidity. So it can simply take any of this liquidity, can start to go higher, and can keep going for the all-time high, which I'm not going to think until this market come over here. But according to the price action, it seems like it is still bullish. I still would love to think about the fall, because this market is respecting the 50% of this entry fair value gap, and it didn't reach to this area. So it should not go to the deep premium. Now look over here, when this market fall from the premium, it came to the discount, right? It is in deep discount. Why? Because from here, look how far it has fallen. Deep discount. Now when this market is going higher, it should go to the deep premium. It has to reach to the deep premium, because this is going from the discount. When it is coming from the premium, it should not go to the premium. If this market is extremely bullish, then look at that leg which has created here, or from here, okay, from there to there. If I mark that area from there to there, just think like it is still extremely bullish. It should not come to this deep discount where it actually came. Actually, you can see came very near to the lower quadrant level of this leg. I can't mark any fair value gap except this volume imbalance which has been traded already. So it came actually deep discount. If this was extremely bullish, it should not come to this deep discount. As I'm expecting, it should not come to the premium, because if it come to the premium, it will make all-time high again. Same here. If it come to this discount, that means it is going to fall more. Okay, so something like that. Now still this is not deep premium, but so far it came sorry, not deep discount, but kind of discount, not deep discount. Same thing when the retracement is going to happen, from where this is coming from, discount. So when it is coming from the discount, it should go to the deep premium. Is this clear to you guys? I just need the confirmation. Do you understand the premium and discount? I'm going to explain how I'm going to change the bias. So it should go to the deep premium, which is the last fair value gap here. If you mark that leg from there to there, the retracement should go to the deep premium before falling again, because it is coming from the discount. This is the discounted price. So market is coming from the discounted price, will go until maximum the 50% of the equilibrium area, and then when it will fall, it can't just keep falling, it can't do that, it will fall, retrace. Now when this will take that low, it should never go to the premium again. Without going to the premium, it should work with the equilibrium or the discount, then it should keep falling. Is that clear to you guys until now? Whatever I told, that premium, that discount, and that premium, is that clear? 100%. It has to be very clear, by the way, otherwise it's going to be difficult for me to continue. Please let me know. It's not like a class, I'm not taking any class of you guys, but I ask the question so that I can understand that you guys got the point. This small information will help you to build a big career to understanding about this price. Now if you don't reply me, then I can't continue this session, trust me. Okay, I just got two reply from two people. Thank you. At least two, at least two got it. I'm happy because two got it. So here, as you can see that this market fall here and then fall. Where did it came? Hourly last fair value gap. Now above this gap there is another small gap, okay, very small gap. uh, Actually I don't mark this type of gap. I don't like to mark this type of gap. If you can do that, but I don't like to mark this type of gap. I just mark them as in hindsight. Thousands and thousands and thousands of the time I told that if it is very small, which I can't see if I adjust the chart. Look, there is no fair value gap. You can't see any fair value gap over here, but if I stretch the chart, then I'll be able to see there is a gap. So in this type of scenario, I don't mark this type of gaps as my fair value gap or the last fair value gap. Instead of that, I would love to see this one is my fair value gap. Or all you can do is you can mark both of these gap by one gap. So two gap you will add and you will mark it as your only one last fair value gap. You can do that. So here it came to the deep discount, as well as the bodies are respecting this new day opening gap, where I told that it should not go back again here. Why? Because the constant, I mean the 50% of this entry gap has been traded, so it doesn't need to come over here. Of course it can come here, there's nothing wrong. It can maximum go until that line, of course there is nothing wrong, but I don't want to see that. I would love to see it will work with this order block from the 4-hour chart. There was the order block, also from the hourly chart there is the order block. Like both of this chart is going to give you the order block, so it can maximum come until here. As well as I have this new day opening gap that is holding the market so far. I'm more interested to look for sell again. Sell doesn't mean that it is going to fall again for this low, and then no, I'm not thinking about that by today, because today's job is done. What was the today's job? Around the opening, market has to reach until the deep premium what it has already done. So rest of the time market should stay inside a range. What is the range? This last fair value gap, that last fair value gap. So see, here is the last fair value gap over here around this area. I just didn't mark. I would love to see this market will stay in between this last fair value gap and that last fair value gap. That is my so far expectation. Now it can fall a bit, no problem, or it can simply consolidate rest of the day here. It is also possible. There is nothing wrong. But if it would love to give me some run, it should be the sell run, not the bull run. No bull is valid to me. No buy is valid to me. My next buy will be if the body close above this line. So if the body close above that line, more importantly, sorry, above that high, more importantly above this new day opening gap, I'll start to think that, oh, okay, this market is not going to fall anymore. My -2 standard deviation is useless. This is bullshit. Market is going to make another all-time high. So until this body is not going to close above that high, no more buy is valid to me. I will keep looking for the selling opportunity for the rest of today. Tomorrow, I'm not talking about tomorrow. I'm talking about today. So no buy is valid to me. I'm coming to 15-minute chart. So here, this is the 15-minute chart. Now, I'm not using all of these 15-minute gaps because you can see this is just a messy price action, right? A lot of messed up over here. A lot of fair value gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lot of fair value gap. Just because of that, I used the hourly gap. More importantly, 4-hour order block. That was my intention to use. Okay. So here you can see the whole morning session when this one candle, just single one candle fall, I believe that a lot of you started to think this is a bearish market. So this guy is going to think about the buy. He is a bullshit. He doesn't know what he is doing. I know that, brothers. A lot of you started to think like that way. But what did I tell? Just hold on. Just hold on. I'm going to give you the buy. Okay. That was the buy side liquidity here. Remember the buy side liquidity here, buy side liquidity there, and the buy side liquidity was here around this area. I just told that I'm not sure about this buy side liquidity is going to be taken or not. I'm just not sure about that. But until this buy side liquidity, everything is going to be cleared here. So that buy side liquidity actually finally market took, and market came until here, which you have seen already where it came. Here, you can see this body first to respect it. We are not doing anything around this area. Why? Because this is inside the lunch hour. So inside the lunch hour, no job to be done. Okay. So you can see this market respected this new day opening gap. I mean, there is a lot of lines, guys. Please don't get confused by all of these lines. Let me actually clear everything, okay, so that you guys can understand. I'm going to remove this hourly gap from my 15-minute chart, okay, because this hourly gap is not important to me. So I just removed it from my chart. And here you can see this new day opening gap. This two line is the new day opening gap. just below the upper line of the new day opening gap, there is another line. This is midnight open. Okay, so you can see on my right hand side it's written New York midnight open. That is that midnight open. This is the new week opening gap, new day opening gap, highest week that has cleared all the highs, a very beautiful prominent week that has traded this bearish fair value gap over here, as well as this week that has traded this new week opening gap, as well as this 15-minute bullish fair value gap. So I just marked the quadrant level of that week and this week, just the quadrant levels. I have marked it from my 15-minute chart. Now what happened actually over here, I think you're not confused anymore, right? All of these things is clear. New day opening gap, new week opening gap, midnight open, and I just marked this week quadrant level that has traded a gap, this week quadrant level that has traded this gap. What is my expectation? Sell. I'm not interested to look for buy. So here this quadrant level should be broken. Here that quadrant level should be respected. Why? Because I'm expecting sell. For example, I was looking for buy, then I wanted to see this will be respected and this is going to be broken. This candle has been respected the high of this new day opening gap. This is also respected. This is also respected. Finally, this has broken that new day opening gap, is broken by that candle, reach until the 50% of that week, and finally reach to the upper quadrant of this week. Then that candle trade it, come until here, trade the upper quadrant, closed above this new week opening gap, sorry, new day opening gap. This candle went higher, fall, closed below this new day opening gap. This candle, so for trade the upper quadrant, left the sell side liquidity, relatively equal lows. Just look at this, relatively equal lows left. Right now it is trading here. Any kind of selling opportunity now below the constant encroachment of this new day opening gap is a valid sell. If this market or this candle closed above this line, which is the new day opening gap high, if it closed above that high from 15-minute chart, that means you have to wait again until another body close below this new day opening gap. No sell is valid while this market is above this new day opening gap. But brother, you told that you can take any kind of sell below the constant encroachment of the new day opening gap. Why is that? Because this candle has confirmed that I'm broken. This new day opening gap is broken by that specific candle. So the sell is now valid because it has already confirmed it is broken. From below this constant encroachment, any kind of sell is valid. While this market has closed above this new day opening gap, I didn't say that now you can take the buy again above the constant encroachment because this body has closed above this new day opening gap. I didn't say that you can think about the buy here. Why? Because your higher time frame is telling you that this is a beautiful area for the reversal. Okay, not kind of huge reversal, but at least some fall, some a bit fall. Okay, it is possible that it will fall now by respecting that 4-hour bearish gap. So when this market has closed above this new day opening gap, I have nothing to do. I'll just keep waiting. Okay, let's see if it can go a bit higher and come here, then can give me the selling opportunity or not, or anything from there. Okay, but I'm not interested to take the buy. But when this candle has closed below this new day opening gap, any kind of selling opportunity below this constant encroachment is a valid sell to me. Bodies closed below the constant encroachment or the 50% of that week, one candle has traded the upper quadrant so beautifully, and then this market is falling, came here, used it as a support. Why it is doing that? Because this market is not extremely bearish, it is not extremely bullish, it has to be in range bound. Now it can keep ranging in this two quadrant level, there is nothing wrong if it do that, but I'm expecting that at least this is going to be broken and this market also breaking it, and it will come here around this area. I'm just expecting like that way. I'm just not sure that it will happen or not, but whatever. So here when it respected this line, what it left? Sell side liquidity. So this low and that low are the relatively equal lows. I have the sell side liquidity here, but brother, you have the buy side liquidity here as well. Okay, so something like buy side liquidity, I don't care about that buy side liquidity. Why? Again, my higher time frame is telling me look for the sell. I'm not interested to look for the buy, or even if it left some buy side liquidity. I'm not saying there is buy side liquidity, but even if it left some buy side liquidity here, I don't give a shit. I am not interested to look for buy. I'm only interested to look for sell. This PDRA is the reaction PDRA. That means it will come here, it will be reacted, send it higher. In the meantime, it will leave some liquidity. So when it will leave that liquidity, people will think that, wow, this is a strong buy or support, take the buy. What will happen? This market will used any of this bearish period, and then it will fall dramatically. It will take that liquidity, not dramatically, by the way. It should be like consolidation, a bit consolidation, because today's job is done, and then it will take this sell side liquidity. Now I'm coming to what is I mean the 1 minute chart. So from the 1 minute chart, you can see this is that last fair value gap to that specific leg. This was the last fair value gap. This is the last fair value gap from that specific leg over here. Okay, so you can see this market came here and then fall to this last fair value gap. I didn't add the volume imbalance. Please add the volume imbalance. You will see how beautifully tapped to this last fair value gap. Then come here, used the low or this fair value gap over here, then went higher. One body has closed above this last fair value gap. The very next body has closed below this last fair value gap. What does it mean? Fake breakout. It is acceptable. Then market trade one more time. That fall here came to this order block. Look at this lowest down close body close candle. We just traded this fair value gap. Trade that order block. But brother, you told that it can't be a order block because there is no market structure shift, nothing. No, the order block, I'm going to use it not to take my entry. I'm going to use it to understand the PTRS. So it has traded this order block, sent the market higher to trade this order block that has traded this last fair value gap. After trading this as well as respecting the 50% of this 1 minute last fair value gap, failed to take the extreme high or that high. If it would take that high, there was no problem. But this high should not be taken because this is my high that is going to frame all the sell here. Traded that gap, closed below this 15 minute. Remember, the 15 minute candle has closed below this new day opening gap for the first time. This is that area where this market has closed for the first time. This is that specific candle that has closed below this new day opening gap. I'm now interested to look for selling opportunity. Any kind of selling opportunity here is my sell. Now how can I do the sell over here? Okay, now coming to the point, how can I do that? First, I have found that, wow, I have this beautiful sell side liquidity over here. Second, I have found that, okay, market has taken the liquidity, right? This relatively equal highs has been cleared over here, made a swing low, which is here, that swing low. Maybe there is a market structure shift. Maybe there is a fair value gap that is going to happen below this new day opening gap. Okay, I'm more interested to take that sell for this sell side liquidity and then for that low. Then just this low, I'll look for that sell. But brother, this is my buying opportunity because there is an SMT with the yes, or maybe there is blah blah blah, whatever it is. Okay, this is my beautiful market structure shift. This is my bullish fair value gap. I'm going to take the buy. No, you can't do that, brother. I have clean highs over there. Okay, like tick by tick clean highs. I would love to take the buy. No, it's not valid. Why? Your higher time frame is telling you look for the sell. Your 15-minute chart has confirmed I closed below this new day opening gap. Until the body doesn't close above this high of that new day opening gap, no buy is valid. Even if the body has closed above this line, still that is also not valid. Okay, is there any other way I can uh, I mean, maybe there will be some other way, then I can take the sell over here. Sorry, can take the buy over here. No, there is no other way. Simply, there is no other way. Okay, can I use the order block here so that I can take any kind of sell over here? Use the order block? No, you can't do that. Why? Because this market is coming from the top of this new day opening up. So it is coming here, right? It fall, then tap here. Of course, it can be respected from there and keep falling. I don't have any problem, but I can't use the order block. If I would love to use the order block, what should be the right area? See this candle, look at that candle. When this candle tapped to this new opening for the first time, then that candle has closed below this candle. This is the order block. But when it went through this, come back again, then tap here, this is your order block. Maybe this body has closed below this and you would love to take the sell over here. No, it's not the order block. Order block was over here, but brother, it didn't work. I don't give a shit. It was inside the lunch hour. Thousands of the time I told that inside the launch or no trade is valid. See here, I got the market structure shift. There is a fair value gap, that is my sell. If there is a fair value gap, I don't know it will make any fair value gap or not. But if it make a fair value gap, that is my selling opportunity for this sell side liquidity and for here, and then finally for the any other gap over there. If it doesn't create the fair value gap, instead of that, if it keep falling, oh man, that means there was no setup. I can't take the sell because there is no setup. So if it provide me the setup, first build your context. What you are looking for, buy or sell? If you are looking for sell, why you are looking for that sell? Okay, you are looking for buy. why you are looking for the buy, what is the importance to take that buy. I mean, why you will take the buy, why you will take the sell, what is your context over here to take the buy or sell. If you get the context, then execute your trade depending on your setup. If you don't have any context, don't go for the trade. After getting the context, you got the setup, go for that. What I have done in the morning session, remember when this market fall, wow, it is falling right around 9:30. Market was falling, 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 falling. Oh, come on, come on, come on, take the sell because this market is going to fall. You're going to miss everything. No, I'm not going to miss everything. I know that the buy setup will be created either to the top from here or from here or from here or from here or from here, but the buy will be created. Now maybe it's not going to be this type of buy, but at least that buy will give me the profit. Maybe I will not get that 100 handle, but I will get 20 handle. I know that. All I need to wait until it is not going to give me the reaction. Remember when from the daily chart I was looking for buy, and the 3 days consecutive days was bearish, bearish, bearish. Now one day was absolutely shit for me because I did something wrong. I tried to take the buy below the new day opening gap, so that day was absolutely shit. I'm so sorry about that. Sometimes shit happens to me. Okay, sometimes I'm a human being, sometimes my brain doesn't work. But if I avoid those days, that days where I was trying to take the buy below the new day opening gap, remember the other days how beautifully we have framed the buy even though that was the bearish day. So same logic over here. Now if it is bullish, I know that I'll be able to get thousands of the opportunities to take the buy, thousands of the opportunities. But if it even it is not bullish, it is bearish, I'll get my profit from there. Same thing here. Now look over here what happened. I've already got the market structure shift. Unfortunately, there is no fair value gap. For the sake of this conversation, just for the sake of this conversation, there is my fair value gap. I would take the sell over here by like 90%. I'm confident this is going to be taken. Now, unfortunately, it didn't build the fair value gap, but keep looking for this sell side liquidity. Look at the range. Okay, for example, there was the fair value gap from here to here. Okay, so just 20 handle. I know that I'll get that 20 handle because I'm working with the context. If the market doesn't give you the opportunity, don't take the trade. But brother, I know that 100% it is going to fall and take that liquidity. You're saying like that way as well. So why I wait for the gap? Because market will first give you the sign, brother, I'm falling. If it doesn't provide you the sign and you execute your trade depending on your expectation, that is my expectation, not the price action. It's my expectation. I'll get I'll be doomed over here. Okay, nothing is going to work, and that's gonna be the losing trade. I'm expecting, my expectation is this is going to be taken. I'm confirmed this is going to be taken. All I need the price action now. What is the price action? Liquidity taken, market structure shift, fair value gap, boom. Now I can't look for the order block around this area, to be honest. Even if I would love to use this one as my order block, it's kind of forcing the market. I don't want to force the market. That's why I'm not showing you this as a order block. After coming here, I'm just not interested to show you that. If it was the first time it is trading this new opening up, of course I would do that. But otherwise, as I told you, unfortunately, just for the sake of this conversion, think there was a gap. Oh man, that was an awesome sell. I know that it is going to fall, take that liquidity, but I'll just see it. Oh, it is going to take that liquidity, but I'm not able to enter into this market. This is called psychological game. This is the discipline. You know something is going to happen, but you're not pushing the button just because there is no setup, there is no price action, there is no model, there is nothing. So you can't push your button depending on your expectation. So I hope guys this is all clear to you. Now I will actually wait to see if it can provide me any kind of entry opportunity. What I have done over here, I have first showed you where this market came. Then I have shown you how to how you should expect the price action for the next couple of hours, how the price action should happen. Consolidation, why the job is done for today, so it's gonna be a consolidation for the rest of the day. Now I really don't think so it's gonna be consolidated in between these two quadrant level, but I would love to see it will actually break this area and it will fall a bit more. That is my expectation, by the way. But of course it can just keep consolidating around here, it can happen. Third, I showed you, even if I'm expecting this is going to be consolidation, how you should frame the setup over here. Should you go for the buy? Should you go for the sell? What should you do? How you should do? This is called building the context and then Trading is just execution. Executing the order is, man, there is nothing much more easier rather than executing the trade. Okay, execution is the easiest thing. All you need, just push the button. Just push the button. That's all you need for executing the trade. But building that context, I always keep saying that trading is kind of reading a novel. You just can't open at the middle of a novel and you will start to read the novel. No, it's not possible, because you don't know what happened before, you don't know what is going to happen in future. No, you have to start from the beginning. Then every single page you will read, you will start to predict what is going to happen to the heroine, what is going to happen to the villain, what is going to happen to the hero, okay, and the side characters, what they're going to do. This is all about the suspense. You will predict and then you will decide, okay, it didn't happen, why it didn't happen. Okay, it happened, wow, my knowledge is growing now. This is absolutely the same like reading a novel. Don't treat it like pushing button. If you do it like that way, I promise you, brother, you will never be a consistent profitable trader. No experience, no long time experience, 15-30 years experience is not going to help you at all if you don't work on your context. So build the context, then trade. I have built the context to take sell. Now I'm wrong. This market is keep going higher. What I'm going to do? I'm going to change my context and just pushing button to take the buy after seeing this candle. I will never do that. Never ever. My context is wrong. This market is going higher. For the sake of this conversation, it is coming here. I'm not interested to trade this market. Instead of that, I will wait for this anything here around that area. What I can have there to frame the sell, because my price action is telling me I should look for the sell. So I will try to look for the sell around here. Now here I framed a sell and I got a stopped out over here, which is absolutely okay in trading. Okay, so I'm wrong here. Let's try one more time. I'm not changing the bias depending on the context. Okay, so if your context is telling me, like I told you, that if it come to this last parabolic from the hourly chart, then of course I have to change the context. I have to think about the buy instead of taking sell. So in this type of situation, you will change your bias. Otherwise, until it is inside the range you are thinking that it can keep consolidating or it should keep falling, you should not change your bias or something like that. So guys, now it's time to wait a bit to see how it is going to work. Sorry guys for talking a lot. Okay, I was watching ICT, so there should be some kind of like side effect. Of course, there will be some kind of side effect. I was watching ICT himself. I believe that even if it is going to be consolidated, I will get at least one opportunity to take sell. At least one opportunity. Hope for the best. If this 15-minute candle close above this new day opening gap, that means there is no sell is valid anymore. Either way, buy is not valid at all. But sell is also going to be, it's gone from my head. Why? Because this candle built the context to take the sell, because it has closed below this new day opening gap. Now, if this candle closed above this new day opening gap, that means when the market will fall, even if it fall until here, it will make a wick and then it will start to go higher. So if the 15-minute candle closed above this new day opening gap, one tick above this new day opening gap, all the sell is going to be like here. I'm done with the selling until the next 15-minute candle close below this new day opening gap. But brother, the next 15-minute candle is going to take that sell liquidity. It means I miss that trade. Simply I will just miss that trade. But I'm not able to push the button because the body has closed above this new day opening gap. What else can happen here? This market will come here, make a big wick, then it will come here again. There will be just a wick. So I don't want to take that risk. It is important to learn breaker block or mitigation block. Can skip it simple with 22? Of course, man. You don't need to be the master of every model. Those people who are interested about every model, trust me, man, they want to force the market. Okay, there is no 22 item model, no worries, use the inverse gap. There is no inverse gap, okay, use the water block. No water block, use the breaker block. No breaker block, use the mitigation block. That means the need entry. They're not allowed. Okay, their psychology is not going to permit them to wait for a beautiful setup. So they will keep forcing the market. This is the only reason people keep learning. They try to keep learning because they don't want to miss not even a single leg. They want to take sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy by using ICT's every concept. And that is why they start to complain at the end of the day. They will start to complain, this ICT model doesn't work. Okay, they will do that. So please don't do that. It's my request. Instead of that, be the master of one model. It can be any model, but be the master of one model. I watched ICT today too, and it was a really bad idea. I was watching him too, brother. But he stuck in his self promotions. I stopped watching him and come here to explain something if I can find. But I'm not going to promise because the job is done by today. So I will try to frame a sell, but not a promise, okay? Of course, no buy. I am not interested to take the buy. Whoever want to take the buy, your congratulations. Take the buy, brother. I really appreciate it. I'm not interested to take the buy. I don't remember why I have marked that gap. I just simply don't remember. But that I just keep trying to remember this why I have marked that gap. I wanted to talk about this gap, but I forgot about that gap. Okay, so that's why I just removed. I tried until now to remember why I marked that gap. I forgot. Simply I forgot. Any kind of sell is valid. No sell is valid until another 50-minute candle close below this new opening gap. No sell is valid. Can I take the buy? It's up to you, brother. I'm not going to say about that. I am not looking for any kind of buy. I am not interested to take the buy. You're most welcome, Jahid. Jahid, my wife looking at my face when ICT was yelling. Oh man, come on. Okay, that was a hilarious moment. I mean, ICT is ICT, okay? My respect to him. He's my mentor. I learned from him. I respect him until he doesn't talk about the religion. Okay. If he talk about the religion, I start to hate him. Otherwise, I respect him. I love him. Uh, but I don't know what happened to him from 2024. That means from the last year. Whatever period he is explaining, this is kind of the overwriting, something like overwriting. So he talked about the in rejection block in 2016 something. In 2024, he talked about something else about the rejection block. So I find out that okay, this is something I should avoid. So I stopped watching his videos. I mean, whatever he's doing. But today I was really interested to know about the PM session, what he's going to talk, because I was interested to learn if the job is done in this consolidation, how can we trade? Okay, so I was really interested to know about that. That's why I was watching him. But unfortunately, he was stuck with the morning session. Unfortunately, me too. I left when he started ranting. I was so pissed, and I give a dislike. Oh, please don't do that, gang. He's my mentor. Don't say anything to him, okay? Could you please for me? I trade, but I don't have any moral, and I learned ICT. I trade in forex, good, but NQ I didn't have a model. Please your advice. I always prefer 22 white model. Start with 22 mentorship model. That is the best model. I learned this model, and everything I'm saying you here, brother, everything is dependent on that 22 model. 22 mentorship, okay, 2022 mentorship model. So uh, my advice, if you really would love to know about a model, then I think you should focus on 22 YT model. Just my opinion, brother, just my advice. Uh, I don't know how to say this, but this is just my advice. That's all. Brother, this is consolidating. I don't need to enter into this consolidation. So I'm waiting. I'm absolutely okay that if I miss this sell side liquidity, market keep fall and take that liquidity, I don't give a shit. Now where I was talking here, market structure shift, fair value gap, right? And I told that even if you're 100% sure it is going to be taken, don't take the sell because market told you, please don't take me. Don't take me. If I left the gap, you could take me. I didn't let the gap. That means I'm not going to take this liquidity before taking more buy side liquidity. After clearing the buy side liquidity, I will fall and take that liquidity. And in that time, if you find the opportunity or if you can notice that fall, take me over there, but not here. Market will never tell you lie. never ever. It's us who are not able to read the market. So it's our problem. But market will never ever tell you lie. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. This is the eight number candle. Eight 15-minute candle is consolidating around the same range. Do you use opening range 9:30 to 10 a.m. range? No, I don't use it. Sorry, I don't use it, brother. I mean, I just as I told from 2024, whatever ICT explained, I don't use them. It's very difficult for me to understand. It's illogical to me. I should not say like that way. Actually, I should say like this way. I didn't study them, so I can't use them. Simple, okay? So if I would love to use something that ICT has introduced, I have to study them first. I didn't study them because I didn't feel kick something that I can use more precisely or it is helpful for me. I didn't feel like that way. So uh, I don't use any of them, period. But by the way, guys, the thing I am explaining, isn't it much more easier that order block, then fair value gap, 22 IT model, breaker block, isn't it much more easier? The consolidation, the new to opening gap, how to use them, isn't it much more easier to understand, guys? I mean, do I really need anything more over here? I don't think so. I mean, yeah, you guys are here to judge, but I think that it's more easier. The way I'm reading this market, the context I'm giving you from the beginning, weekly chart, daily chart, 4 hour, 1 hour, 50 minute, 1 minute chart, it's much more easier. Okay, that is my thinking actually. I don't know. Brother, I'm looking for sell now. No sell is valid. Why? The 50-minute candle has closed above this new opening gap. So what else can happen? It can fall, then it can close above this new opening gap again. So you will see a wick here, just a wick. So until the 50-minute candle doesn't close below this new opening gap, no sell is valid. But brother, it is going to take that sell side liquidity. We knew that it is going to take the sell side liquidity. I never said that it is going to leave this sell side. No, it will be taken, but it means that I have missed that run. Market didn't give me the insight to take that sell for that sell side liquidity. It didn't give me that. I didn't take it. Do you guys got that point? If market doesn't provide me that, I will not take that one. Simple, brother. Very simple. Just make it simple. You don't need to enter everywhere. You don't need it, man. Be very careful, be very patient, wait for the setup. If it provide you, take it. If it doesn't provide you the model or the setup, don't take it. Just simply don't take it, let it go. Here, if for example I was looking for sell, right? So here when it came here, I have clearly seen that this order block has been traded, or in other word, this is the propulsion block, because that has traded this order block. It is the propulsion block. So I could simply take a sell over here, because I told, what did I say, it is going to be taken for sure. So I could sell here and then hold it until this sell side liquidity. Okay. And then I got a boom. You will see that, okay, wizard has outlined another sell and that got a boom. No, man, it's wrong. It's wrong. It will build a bad habit. You will see that, okay, without any context, he took that sell. You should not do that. I could simply say that, okay, brother, this is the inverse gap. Okay, so this candle has validated this inverse gap. This candle has tapped to this inverse gap. I would love to take the sell here, and this sell liquidity is going to be taken. Couldn't I do that? 100% I could do that. Lot of time I showed you the entry from the inverse gap. But here, did I do that? No, it's not the inverse gap. The whole concept is not going to work until a 50-minute candle doesn't close below this new opening gap. It will close without taking this liquidity. It will go higher. I'll look for the sell again. First it has to close, then it will go higher without taking this liquidity, then I'll frame another selling opportunity. If it happens, man, I'm the one. If it doesn't happen, no, I'm not going to take that sell. By the way, I just gave you the example of this inverse gap. It's not the inverse gap, so please uh, don't think that this is the inverse gap, so it is working as an inverse gap. I mean, it is working as an inverse gap, but it's not the inverse gap you can use again and again. Not this type of inverse gap, okay? But in market, this is the inverse gap, because this is a BC has been shifted here, and then it is working as a CB, right? Like market is using it as an inverse gap. So it is of course the inverse gap, but this gap you can't use again and again in the market. You can't do that. So that is why I'm saying this is not the inverse gap. So when I just gave it as an example. Yes, it's the best. Yeah, 22 YT mode is the best. For me, I learned 2016, 2017 mentorship of ICT. He educated me only forex. Brother, yeah, it is universal. Whatever you have learned about the forex, it is going to apply it here on Nasdaq market as well. The difference is in forex, that is manipulative market. In Nasdaq, you will be able to get precise price action tick by tick. Okay, so something like that. So forex is a bad market right now, but Nasdaq market is more precise. That is the only difference. So no need to worry about them. So if you have learned 2016 and 17, which is the hardest thing for me, by the way, if you can learn, I mean, if you have learned that, use the same concept over here, because you will get more beautiful outcome if you use that concept in this Nasdaq market instead of forex market, forex or gold market. Okay, I hope it's clear, brother. Tito, I have seen the IC live streaming that he marked parabolic with set enable on chart. How is that effect analysis? Until the last time, I was the one who was using the set. Okay, but from where I don't remember actually, from where I have just stopped using this set, because the set is going to show you the closing of 415. Okay, if you use the set, now it is going to show you the closing of 415. Just look at this Friday candle. Okay, see what the candle has closed. It's around 24393.75. So I'm going to 15-minute chart. This is that Friday. Look at the 415 candle. Where is the 415 candle? I was thinking, yeah, here. This is the 415 candle. See this candle? This is the 415 candle. This candle has closed 24 uh 3 4 24 436 436, something like that. And here you can see 436 here, 24. I mean, I just like look at the same area, 390, or that should be 390, same area. Okay, so the 415 candle, it should be the same area, it has closed. So it is showing you the closing of the daily candle around 415. But if you set toggle it off, it will show you the closing of 459. This is the 459 closing. So as this small portion is really difficult for me to read the market right now, I think because of the trading view update or something, it is showing like that way. So that is why on my right hand side, this chart, if I go to the daily chart, look over here. So this daily chart, actually, I don't know why it's not showing it right now, but previously it was showing me the, it has updated again. I mean, this chart actually showed me the set on. This chart doesn't show me the set one. Okay, set off. I was able to see like this way, but I don't know why it has. Maybe it has updated again, by the way. So that is why I didn't use the set anymore, because here I'm not going to get the closing, daily closing. Instead of that, I'm going to get the closing of the I'm going to get the closing of the regular trading hour. Now, as I'm an electronic trading hour trader, I need the daily close, electronic hour close. That's why I toggle it off. Trust me, if you watch all of my videos, you will be able to see that it might set as toggle one. But from here, I guess, if I'm not wrong, here somewhere, I stopped using the set toggle it on. Yeah, something here around this area. I started to stop using set toggle it on. So I started to use toggle it off, and then this is the chart. I think, brother, you got your reply. Now you can do whatever you want to do. I mean, if you would love to use the toggle it off. So where the 50-minute candle has closed below the new day opening gap, did it clear that liquidity? No, it didn't clear the liquidity. Any kind of selling opportunity now, that means it will go higher a bit. Any kind of selling opportunity is my sell now. Why? The 50-minute candle has closed below this new day opening gap. It will go higher. Give me any selling opportunity, I'll take that sell. But brother, it's not going to give you any selling opportunity. Instead of that, it is going to take that liquidity. I don't care, I will not take that sell. here, if it could take that liquidity, that means I'm not going to take that on. It didn't do that. Instead of that, it built the strongest liquidity. Now going higher, people are seeing triple bottom now. That this zone can't be broken. It will go 100% for sure. It will take all these highs. They took the buy here. I wanna make sure that they all got stripped out. So any kind of selling opportunity below the concurrent crossment of this nude opening gap is my opportunity to take the sell. I'll take that sell. When did you get your answer, brother? Hey Titu, what about the 104 candle with become and fair value gap hold the price that one important 104 candle 104 fair value gap. This fair value gap there. You're seeing this fair value gap. I'm watching this water block. Okay, so you're seeing this fair value gap and I'm watching this water block. I'm seeing that this water block is holding the market. So at the beginning I explained this first thing. So here this is the last gap that is holding the market. That is the last gap that is holding the market. Market is in range bound. It should be range bound for the rest of the day. Why? Because the job is done for today. This lowest down close body close candle is going to work as a water block that I'm expecting is going to be broken. Okay, at last this is going to be broken. This bearish order block is going to hold the market as well. See this bearish order block over here, it is holding the market. I want to see it is going to be the winner and it is going to be broken. So this order block, first market came here, sent the market until the bearish order block to retest that bearish order block. It came here, fall, built the liquidity from where? Reacting from this area. So it has built the liquidity, sent the market one more time higher, took this high, fall a bit, took that high again, first, two, second, third drive, three drive pattern, did it, tapped the low of this last fair value gap, it should fall now. Oh, guys, I have something to say, okay? Just let me read another comment. If there is no other question, I'll talk about something else. Look, if it doesn't provide me the entry, I will not take it. It is consolidating. I told you to wait. So it's consolidating. I don't give a shit. Okay, no trade, simply no trade. Look how you are waiting for the perfect opportunity, and when you are not seeing the setup, what this market is doing, it is going to be taken for sure, but it doesn't mean that you will take the sell without any concepts or without any kind of understanding. Please don't do that. Okay, so please don't do that. Let me read. I have been watching your trading and explanation of what you look for, and your explanations are so simple. Repetition is a very good teacher. থ্যাংক ইউ অ্যান্থনি, ইটস এ গ্রেট কমপ্লিমেন্ট টু মি। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ ব্রাদার। মাইকেল স্যারের লাইভ শেষ করে আপনার লাইভ আসলাম স্যার। থ্যাংক ইউ ICTX ফর বিং ওভার হিয়ার ব্রাদার। সো হোয়াট ইজ টার্টল স্যুপ এন্ট্রি? আই ডোন্ট নো হোয়াট ইজ টার্টল স্যুপ এন্ট্রি টু বি অনেস্ট। লিকুইডিটি গুলো ক্লিয়ার হওয়ার পর বাই, নো দ্যার ইজ নো বাই ব্রাদার। থ্যাংক ইউ টিটু, নো প্রবলেম প্রিন্স। Okay, Manu is here. I can't take any liquidity, nothing works for me. Manu, where were you around the morning session, brother? Where we have framed 71 handle profit, then 75 handle profit. Where were you, man, around the morning session? I was looking for you, by the way. I think you were busy with someone else. They are more beautiful than me. Oh, okay, you were working. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Manu, I was kidding, brother. You know that I love kidding. I'm sorry, brother. I am extremely sorry. I shouldn't say like that way. Come on, man. I'm just a bad joker. I shouldn't say like that way. By the way, sorry, brother. Go to the regular trading hour. Okay. I really need to explain this one because I decided to share this with the members only live. But as I didn't do the members only live, so I would love to share this to you guys. Okay, over here. So I'm going to remove these things from my chart. I don't need them. I can simply read them. So this is the regular trading hour. So I came to the regular trading hour. I have to say something what I shouldn't say over here. Let me think a bit so that I can avoid those word over here. Okay, okay, let's talk like this way. This is the Wall Street market. That means whatever screen you are going to see in Wall Street, that is the base, that is the ground. of trading Nasdaq or futures market, the Wall Street, they are seeing this chart. Okay, the chart you see from the electronic trading hour, they don't see that chart, they see this chart, regular trading hour, where the market open around 9:30, the market close around 4:15, 4:14, not 15, 4:14, 9:30 open, 4:14 close. This is the market they are seeing. Okay, of course they are also able to see the what to say, I mean the electronic trading tower, but this is the real market they see over here. Now if you see over here around this market, around the morning session, what did I say about this opening gap which is from yesterday? This market opened here today, that was the closing yesterday, this is the opening today. First it has fallen, where did it came? To the low of this yesterday's opening gap, right? That was gap. When it has closed this gap, those people who used the same logic yesterday, they have used what logic? Opening gap, or sorry, gap up started to go higher. Today gap down will keep falling, so they will chase the market depending on this price action, depending on this trend. What is the trend? Bearish. So they will take the sell, this market will stop them out, and then finally it will close today's opening gap. This is today's opening gap. That means the concept they have used here has been broken here. So we have a great opportunity because we are able to trade both electronic trading hour, regular trading hour. Now if you look at this price action, and if I ask you, do you see relatively equal lows, do you see relatively equal highs? This is my question to you guys from regular trading hour. Just let me know yes by or no, yes or no, just tell me, do you see both relatively equal lows, relatively equal highs? Do you see that or not? Just give me the okay. Look very carefully. Okay, this is really, don't think about a line, think about a zone. Support zone, resistance zone. Okay, think one more time, brother. Another opportunity, think one more time. Okay, little bit both, yes, 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 no, I see equal lows. Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you, brother, for saying. So I know that all of you have seen this relatively equal lows over here around this area. That is zone. Okay, over here, which is actually relatively equal lows. Or even if I don't use it from here, I would love to use it from there. You will see relatively equal lows over there. So I will, all I am going to do, I'm going to mark a line here, and I'm saying this all is the zone. That means this market, if I use this like that way, from here to here and mark a zone, this is a zone. What I'm saying, tap here, tap here, tap here, tap here. This zone is one of the strongest zone. First time this zone worked as a double bottom, went too far. Now after reaching here in this area, market is falling, falling, falling. Where did it came? Very discount. This is really so much discount. Take the buy from there. Those people who took the buy here, 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 they got gap up, see the market until here. Next they come back again and see that wow, it came again to this support zone, take the buy, again they took the buy. Some of the people are seeing this is a resistance zone. Okay, all of these highs are around the same level, so this is a resistance zone. What a beautiful nice zone over here. 95% of the people think like that way. 95% of the people took the buy here, and 5% people are taking the sell here. 5% of the people. So I am going to mark another zone over there. Just randomly, I'm just marking it as a randomly. Okay, so this is another zone here. So maybe 5% of the people took the sell here. 95% of the people are taking buy here. First of all, what is the trend? Bull trend, bull trend, bull trend. They have found this beautiful buy zone over there. Took the buy, 95% of the people. Some of them are really smart. Okay, they're very smart. So they think that wow, this market is actually deep premium. it should fall now. So they took sell here, they added more sell here, or if they took the sell here, they put their stop loss now above this area, this zone. What is this market is going to do from the regular trading hour? A very simple thing. It will start to fall. They will start to chase the market. All of these sellers will start to chase the market. They are ready to add more. Whenever it will fall, they will add more. These guys will keep chasing the sell. Buyers, sellers. Most of the liquidity is below this zone. Most of the liquidity, 95% of the liquidity is below this zone. Some liquidity is above here. Now if you were kind of the market maker, what you would do? If this market fall came here, they are going to be profitable. Yeah, they are going to be the loser. Maybe they will put their stop loss to the break even, because they took the buy here. They will have no opportunity, so they will put their stop loss over here. They will take a small loss, but this is going to be broke. I mean they are going to be profitable. Why? Because they are expecting this market will keep falling. If these buyers going to close their trade, where they are going to close the trade? Above the all-time high, with a new all-time high. So when this will be broken, first it will be broken, this gap or this zone will be broken. What happened? They are now more profitable. They are thinking that, wow, our target is going to be hit very soon. These sellers, look at these sellers, 5% sellers, they will think that, wow, this zone is more stronger, this supply is more stronger than the demand. So what we have done, we have wrong, we have went against the trend. We should not took the sell here. This is going to take the all-time high. So let's make it as a breakout trader. So the resistance has broken, now it's a support. Take the buy here. Buyers, no sellers is left on this market. No sellers. Market will go a bit higher. The most important part is it will fail to take this high. Without giving any opportunity, it will fall. Without giving any opportunity to enter over here, I have the 95% buyers here, because this is very strong support zone. That if you compare this to price action, you will see that most beautiful support zone that is going to support your trend. This is the bullish trend. Some of them will think that, because they are very smart, they will think that this market is now going to fall. So sell, but take the sell around the premier price, okay, in the expensive price, take the sell. When they will see, okay, they are wrong, they will just tell the first word, I was against the trend. The trend is a bullish trend. I went against the trend. That's why I didn't take the buy here. But this is my opportunity to take the buy. It should work as a breakout trader. They will take the buy here. Now, in this market, what do I have? Only buyers, only buyers, support buyers, breakout buyers. This market, boom. When it will break below this zone, nobody is going to take sell again, because they were buyers, breakout traders. They took the sell, they got stopped out. They are now thinking that this support is much more stronger than the sell, so they will never take the sell again. Instead of that, whenever it will fall, they will add more to take the buy. Buy. It come here to this zone, buy, and then boom, all of them out. So this chart, sometimes try to take a look over here. Please do that. Okay, sometimes just open this chart and take a look what is happening in that chart, because this is the chart this whole Nasdaq market depends. Now, what did I say around this PM session? Consolidation. So far it's extremely consolidating. If it keep consolidating, I will have nothing to do. No, there is no order block. Constant. What is your name? Constantine Corbenu 9495. There's no water block, brother, unfortunately. And please don't show me the water block, okay? I really feel laugh when some of you just show me something. I feel laugh because I think I proved why I laugh. I think I have proved it a lot of time by showing you live example, by making videos, by showing you the same thing I explained on that video again, and again. I think just one day I was wrong. Like two order block just didn't work. Week stopped me out and then fall. It has fallen, but week actually stopped me out. Just one day, I think. Okay, love the explanation. You're most welcome, brother. Please don't forget to leave the like. Now, I really wanted to explain all of these things, and as I told, I'm not going to promise you that I will be able to frame any setup. I believe that you guys will be agree. You will be agree with me. There is no setup. There is no setup. Nothing. Simply, there is nothing. This is the area where the members should go to the 15-second chart to find their opportunity. Like from the file, when the job is done. What did I say? Remember? Any kind of cell right now below this constant encroachment is valid. Any kind of sell. So far, while this market fall made the strongest liquidity, went higher again. Is there any sell? There is no sell, nothing at all. So still I don't have any selling opportunity. And this candle is going higher again by leaving no wick. There is no wick. So I believe it will fall again. For now, ugly price action. Didn't I tell that it's gonna be the ugly price action? At the beginning, what did I say? Just opened the my chart and what did I say? It's gonna be a consolidation day. If it would love to fall, it can fall a bit, but like it's gonna be the consolidation because the job is done. And I showed you why the job is done. Everything is step by step. Tito, I wasn't able to trade this morning. Was a doctor? Did you catch a couple? Looks like there are two good opportunities consolidation this afternoon. Yeah, Big Zone Viking. We just got 71 handle, one trade 71 handle, another trade 75 handle. Okay, I just stopped over there. I told everyone forcefully to stop. Don't hold your trade because we had a big buy side liquidity, by the way. But I just told them to force them to close the trade around 71, 75 handle. I again missed the morning hour. Please watch that hour. Please watch it. Okay. The explanation about the wick of the candle in the last fair video was amazing. Thank you, Jamie. And that is what I told in ICT's today's live. He confirmed that. Okay, just confirmed. I was really happy. And as you can see, I have built that video 3 to 4 days ago. And today, ICT in his live confirmed that. Okay. So the quadrant level is going to be aligned with the fair value gap. Wow, awesome. I was feeling like, oh man, what I'm doing. My observation was so beautiful. And ICT also himself is actually recognizing the things. So I feel good. Okay, he doesn't know me. ICT doesn't know me. T2SMCT nothing. He doesn't know me. But I feel good because when I'm explaining something to you, like first presented gap, remember 930 can be the first presented gap. I know that a lot of you started to struggle. Oh no, ICT told 930 can't be the first presented gap. What happened later? ICT told 930 can be the first presented gap. Okay, so then this last video where I showed you daily chart levels when it is aligned with 15-minute fair value gap, this is gonna be your gap. You will focus and you will get the reaction from there. ICT today's live, okay, today's live very specifically he told that same word, okay, the same word was like he just told like this way, uh, every fuck in fair value gap lays on top of cartoon level, like this way he told like that way. I was just watching and I was thinking, wow, awesome. Those people who watch that video, they are going to get the confirmation from the ICT himself as well. Yeah, I was watching, brother. I was watching his last video. I mean, the last live he was doing. in this live ICT says whoever said the whoever said the MSS is the worst thing. What did you say? Whoever says they miss the MSS is the worst thing. I didn't get it. Okay, Jamie, you are not able to share the link here actually, brother. Let me share the link for him. And just to confirm me, are you talking about this video or not? Okay, just let me know that. I think we are talking about the same video because that is the only video where I explained these things. We are talking about this video, right, Jamie? I just closed it as well, brother. After seeing his self promotion, actually, I closed it unfortunately. Jamie, are you talking about this video? Because I was talking about this video. Yeah, okay, thank you, brother. So yeah, guys, please watch this video and then watch ICT today's live. So you will get how beautifully he has confirmed the things I showed you in this video. But of course, it's a bit longer, 1 hour and 11-minute video. I was not able to make it shorter. Okay, guys, I don't think so. This is useful to be here. Okay, I think I should close the stream. But remember, this law is going to be taken. Okay, so yeah, I will see you tomorrow, I guess. And it's just wasting of the time because this is gonna be a consultation session. Just because the job is done by the morning session. If the job was not done by morning session, it could be the beautiful session. But after the Fed chair Powell, also it can be consolidation, which is happening here actually. That is why I afraid of Fed chair Powell. So around 12:20, Fed chair Powell was talking here, send the market higher, bit higher, and then consolidation. The rest of the day it is consolidating. I was thinking that it will be until 2 p.m., but unfortunately, okay, I think this is gonna be the opportunity. Let me check. Mm, 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 mm. No, I should not go for that. Just get for the just for the sake of this conversation, I'd love to see this sell. Okay, I mean this market structure shift is not a valid market structure shift. I agree with you, but I would love to see this is going to work and this market is going to fall now. I want to see this. I'm just not saying this is the best, but I would love to see it is going to work. So this is the liquidity taken. Market has cleared the liquidity here. Again, this is not the best market structure shift. The swing low was good, but it didn't trade any fair value cap and there's nothing. Okay, so it's not the best one, but I think this is going to work. I believe this is going to work. Okay, so from there, and the stop loss is going to be here, target is going to be there. I believe it is going to work. I mean, if this market fall below this low, this is the best market structure shift. In this type of situation, that is going to be the best 22 YT model. But so far, this is the opportunity in my opinion. So let's say, okay, that should be the entry. Sorry, this should be the entry here. Stop loss just 2 tick above this candle, which has cleared the liquidity. Tapped here. Make sure your partial is here. But I don't want to take the partial. Instead of that, I would love to close the trade below this sell side liquid. Don't do that. If any of you would love to take this trade, I'm saying that this is not the best setup, but I believe this is going to work. I believe this is going to work. This should be the first partial, and your target should be this liquidity. I hope it will work. Not the best setup again because this swing low is not a valid swing low for shifting market structure, but I believe it will work. Let's hope for the best because it's spending more time over here. And finally, it has cleared the liquidity. Failed to take the high of the propulsion block has been traded over here. See, this propulsion block has been traded here. So this high should be intact, which is the intermediate term high, which is intact over here. Depending on that knowledge, I'm expecting this is going to work. Again, you don't need to take it. If you want to take it, make sure that you have taken the partial here and then closed your trade over there. I believe it will work, but we'll see. Let's see. Again, it's not the best setup. Okay, the best setup would be if this candle could fall and shift the market here. That could be the best opportunity. I just believe this is going to work, and I'm forcing a market a bit here by the market structure shift. Let's see how it is going to work. No, Vin, I don't have any, but I will talk about that with the members only live. I was thinking to talk about that today, but as I was watching ICT himself, later I just removed that plan from my mind. So I'll just talk about that session liquidity with the members only area because there is something I just can't speak in public. Those people who are my live, I mean members, they know that in those type of videos I have talked a lot against ICT himself. By the way, I'm confident about this fall, but if it doesn't work, I'm not going to be regret just because this is not good, but I think it will work. Okay, just this is my feelings because I just forcing here only the market structure shift. Rest everything is good. All the reaction is done. There is no reaction left here. Not even a single reaction is left over here. Okay, so everything is done. It should fall. I believe it will fall, but if it doesn't work, I'm not going to regret. Let's see. Nothing left. Trust me, there is nothing left to the top. Here, everything is done. If this candle close below this order block, I would love to move my stop loss here. When the candle will close, if the candle fail to close below this line, order block line, I'll just put my stop loss again over here. So depending on that candle close, okay, now the stop loss will be here. Ned, I really forgot, brother. I really forgot, brother. That things I don't remember. In which video what I have explained, I don't remember. But I only remember that whatever I put inside the study folder, they're important. Because of where I cannot subscribe to your private membership. Brother, you don't need to be my private membership. You don't need to take it, Devin. Trust me, man, you don't need it. What I'm providing you in for free, here, free, no paying, nothing, more than enough. Like when I'm doing all of this live, do I ever talk about the session liquidity? Ever do I talk about them? No, you will never notice that I'm saying that okay, London session high is going to be taken, Asia session high is going to be taken. I don't use the SMT right now because I have done the SMT things in private membership. Later, I cleared them in public as well because I'm working on SMT as well. So the thing I don't use in my live streaming, I put them into the members only live so that people can understand why I don't use them. For example, 4 hour chart, I don't use that. 4 hour and 5 minute chart, why is that? Why I don't use that? Just because of that, I put that into the members only live. So I'm not inspiring any of you to be my member. Please don't think like that way. It's absolutely free. It will be always free. But you know, some people pay me something, right? They're paying some of the dollar. Okay, you know the listing merch. I feel bad when people pay me. I feel bad because I know that they're earning this money with hard work, and now they're paying me the money they earned with hard work, not from trading. If they have made the money from trading, I would ask money, give me some money, no problem. But when I know that you are doing 9 to 5 job and earning a lot of I mean earning money with hard work, I'm not interested about your money. So those members only live are for them who are interested about 4 hour chat, about 5 minute chat, about SMT. Okay, SMT things actually I cleared by my public video as well, so it should not be hide anymore. But like reaction reversal, this type of things, I put it over there. Okay, so I hope, brother, my point is clear. Do you have any videos for Asia session? As I told, I don't use them, but I will talk about them in members only live only, because I don't use them. But as I told, okay, I don't know what to say. Please don't misunderstand me. That's my request. Please don't do that. Look at this 50-minute candle. Open, went higher. This 50-minute candle. Open, went higher. I want to see manipulation here. Your phone, you are the one. Oh, okay, Bizarro man, what timing, brother? Uh, you are the one. Okay, Bizarro, what you were saying, I'm not understanding. By the way, can you please go over which videos you recommend the sequence to watch them? I don't remember, brother, which video I talked about that. Brother, you have helped me a lot. You are very disciplined with rules, and that is good. Thank you so much, brother, for that compliment. Guys, I don't know T2 personally, but he is great teacher and he deserves more members. Please that. No, 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 no. Please don't do that. Okay. The Gangzong, thank you so much, brother, because you are my member. But I'm not interested to inspire anyone to join or to pay me something. I love to make it simple. But those people who joined, I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. I moved my stop loss a bit higher later because I noticed that the new week, sorry, new day opening gap high, my stop loss was aligned with the new day opening gap high. So it could go until the new day opening gap high. That is why just I put it a bit higher later, just moved it because it could go until to the new day opening gap high. I was afraid of that. Just because of that, I put my stop loss a bit higher. But remember, you don't need to move your stop loss. You can simply put it over here. You can keep it until that area. But I would love to keep it here because the new day opening gap high is around 91400. So you can see this is the 91400. 91400. This is the new day opening gap high. Okay. So come on here. This is the new day opening gap high. I'm not interested to put it exactly at the new day opening gap high. Instead of that, I would love to keep it a bit higher, just a bit higher, so that even if it trade the new day opening gap high, week go a bit higher, I'm not going to get stopped out. Just because of that, I moved my stop loss a bit. I don't usually move my stop loss that far. If I put it here, that means it's done. But I just moved my stop loss just because of that. Okay. Never seen this kind of accumulation. It was expected, brother. For me, sorry, I can't stand in queue anymore. So unfortunately, brother, you missed the beautiful session where you should trade. I mean, sorry, you have found the beautiful setup around the morning session. This PM session was expected as the accumulation session, so it is accumulating. That's all, brother. So on my right hand side, look at this. On my right hand side, where did it came? On my right hand side, okay, it came to the new day opening gap high. It could go a bit higher of the new day opening gap high. Just because of that, I put my stop loss a bit higher. Okay, it actually got me, unfortunately. And those people whose stop loss is over here, I think they will get their boom. I hope so. Okay, if you don't move your stop loss, I think you will get your boom. We'll see. Just if I were in this trade, I would have already got stopped out, and I would try to take re-entry if I have find anything. This order block is not valid anymore because it's broken. Just we'll see if those people whose stop loss didn't move, if they get boom or not. For me, when the order block was validated over here, it should not breached that order block anymore, but it has breached over here. I would get stopped out over there for sure. Yeah, of course, practice. I told that this entry is not a valid entry. I clearly told that this is not a beautiful setup. This is just a market structure shift. I was thinking it will work. This market structure shift is not valid for shifting market structure. About all of this price action was telling me it should work from there. Just because of that, I framed it. It's not a beautiful market structure shift. It's not a beautiful setup. It's not nothing over here. I got stopped. If my stop loss was here, I'd get stopped out as well over there. By the way, that would be a losing trade, whatever. But it was not a beautiful setup. So if I frame a setup, I always keep saying that this is the best setup or something like that. I believe that I clearly told you that this is just a forcing market. This is not a market structure shift. It's not a beautiful market structure shift, even though there is a swing low, but it didn't trade any gap, or it's not a valid swing low for shifting market structure shift. I have seen that all the job is done over here. It doesn't need to come back again here without taking this sell side liquidity. Just my gut feelings is telling me it will work. Just because of that, I framed that trade. And of course, I would get stopped out over here, or whoever put the stop loss over here, 17 handle, they will get stopped out over there as well. Setup was not the best. Setup was not the perfect. My gut feelings was telling me it will work. It didn't work. If the setup was perfect, then it didn't work. We could say we could talk about a lot about this. This is going to happen. I told when I opened my live. I opened my live here the around the PM session. This is the opening of my live. So when this market came here, I told that this is gonna be a consolidation session. This session is going to be consolidation. More specifically, I told that the quadrant level of this week and that week, it has a possibility to consolidating in between these two quadrant level rest of the day. Exactly this quadrant level, let me show you this. Here to here, these quadrant levels and that quadrant levels. It is going to be consolidating in between these two quadrant level here. If it can do or fall, then it will fall lower, not going higher. It is going to fall lower. So this sell side liquidity will be taken later, maybe around the 4 p.m. or maybe around the Asia session opening. I don't know, but this is expecting market is going to do that by this PM session. Until now, I didn't have any opportunity. Just before closing, I have found this setup, and I clearly told that just this market structure shift is not good. Just because of this, it is not the best setup, but I would love to take a look of this if it works or not, but it didn't work. So I think my point is that absolutely clear. I mean, you can do, but if you go to your 15-second chart, you will see a beauty, another beauty over here. Of course, that's another matter. Okay, so that's all, brother. Brother, can this liquidity concepts work in higher time frame for stocks or for holding trades longer? I never trade the swing trade, brother. Deepak, so no comment about that, brother. I never did it. So I don't have that much patience to hold the trade for a long time. So I can't do that. So can you watch on Discord? Someone sent the same question. What is was asking you and you didn't understand. Mm, uh, what is the question from the mouse? Okay, let me check. Could you please explain why ICT is saying this is the worst thing? I'm not able to understand it. The time is also mentioned. If you'd like to check the previous context of see what ICT is talking about. Okay, ICT actually talked about. Just a second. Otherwise, I'll get copyright issues again. Hold the trade for a long time. That's good. So ICT is talking about here. He's saying that this is not the market structure sheet. I just don't know what is the context because I think I have already closed the trade already over here. So this is the market structure sheet around here. Now, why this is not a perfect market structure shift, I have no idea why he's talking about this. I don't have any idea. Trust me, I don't know why this is not the market structure shift. Around the morning session, I have marked this one as my market structure shift, but I told that it's not my market structure shift because this setup doesn't like if I would love to take an entry over here from this gap, which is the entry gap, my stop loss has to be here, which is near about 113 handle. Just because of that, I'm not interested to mark this 22 IT model. Instead of that, I would love to go for a smaller stop loss. That's why I have used the water block instead of this. Now, if you ask me, is this the market structure shift valid? Now, as ICT told, this is the worst thing. I should not say like this way, but in my opinion, this is the best market structure shift. Okay, I mean, according to the context, according to the liquidity taken, according to the bias, everything, according to everything, this is the best market structure shift. So if you ask me about the market structure shift, I will say this is the best market structure shift. This is just my opinion. Now, if you ask me about this gap to be traded or not, I can say a lot of things over here that maybe this will be traded, maybe this is not going to be traded. A lot of things can be happen over here. For example, if ICT used that things that it should be unfilled, then he is using this from 5-minute chart. He is using because he love to use the 5-minute chart. Okay, so if you see from the 5-minute chart, this is the only gap that is unfilled, that should be unfilled. That means if you are looking for the buying opportunity, then you should expect some kind of unfilled gap. In the morning session, if you remember, I have used the same logic with this gap. Where was that gap? Remember this gap? I used the same logic over here. The breakaway gap or the unfilled gap. That should be unfilled. So I have used this gap from 1-minute chart. Now ICT love to use 5-minute chart. Okay, he use a lot about the 5-minute chart. Now if you look from the 5-minute chart, you'll be able to see that this is the first fair value gap from 5-minute chart. So what should you expect from the 5-minute chart? You should expect that this gap has to be unfilled. Okay, this is the only logic I can see over here. That means if you use the 1-minute chart and you have used this market structure shift and you are interested to take the buy from there, there is a high probability you will not get the entry from there. In that type of concept or in that context, this is not the market structure shift because you will never get the opportunity to take the entry from here depending on that 5-minute chart. So I'm going to use the 5-minute chart on my right hand side so that you can understand the same what I'm saying here. Okay, so this is that 5-minute chart from my right hand side here. Okay, so from the 5-minute chart, what you are expecting, this is going to go higher. He has used this daily week. Let me show you this, that week quadrant level. See this week, that week, he has used that week quadrant level and the low. Now my low is like over here, the upper quadrant. No, not that week, sorry, my mistake. This was the week. So it tapped exactly to that low here, and went one tick, just one tick below that week. Let me try if I can show it to you. And style. Okay, so 0, 1. black, black. Let me remove this sell side liquidity over here. Okay, look over here. It exactly came to this low of that week. What he has explained, I'm not going to explain add anything over here because he's my mentor. So whatever he explained, I don't want to go against him. This low has taken over here by one tick, just one tick, and then this market went higher. So he was expecting this market will fall until the low of that week. I don't know why, but yeah, he was thinking about that it will fall until that week, one tick below that week. That means it's done its job over here. Then he went to 5-minute chart. From the 5-minute chart, he has used this gap and used the same logic. I'm going to show you again what ICT told. This gap, okay, that from here to with the volume imbalance, extend it to your right. You can see this candle and that candle. This is he has used as an immediate rebalance. In between this immediate rebalance, there is a gap, a small gap. What should you expect? This gap should be unfilled. Now, to be honest, if you ask me, as I told, after 2024, whatever he's saying, he is like overwhelming the things over. It's my opinion again, by the way. So if you ask me, when ICT talked, this gap should be open, I immediately see this gap. So I should think that if this market leaves up gap open, it should be this gap, not that gap, because it should trade that gap. Now market didn't trade it, absolutely okay with that. Instead of that, it has just tapped to this inverse gap over here. This is that reclaimed gap, not inverse gap, by the way. This was the reclaimed gap. He just cut through these candles. This market tapped to this top of this gap, which is the bullish reclaimed gap, and then it keep going higher. Now, why this gap should be unfilled, I have no idea why he talked like this way. I was watching him. I have no idea or no opportunity to ask him this question. Why do you think this should be unfilled? Where you have this beautiful bullish gap that is still unfilled, right? Over here. That gap is beautiful and it is unfilled. So why you should think that this should be also unfilled? Now I have no idea. Okay, again, of course what he knows, I don't know. I don't know that what he knows. So maybe this reclaimed gap is going to build something over here that is going to be unfilled as well. I have no idea. Now if I avoid this information, just avoid this information and keep this gap and expect that this should be unfilled, and he wants to see it is not going to trade this gap. If I use that logic over here, which is from 5-minute chart here, that is that gap. So in 1-minute chart, what you are going to do? Market structure shift. You are thinking that this will trade this gap to give you the entry. Now from the 5-minute chart, you know that it will never come to this gap from 5-minute chart. Instead of that, he has marked the first presented gap here. Okay. So what he has done, I'm doing the same thing. He has marked this first presented gap. This is the first presented gap according to him. And then this market came here, trade that first presented gap, tap to this new week opening gap high. This should come until new day opening gap high, sorry, new week opening gap high, not to this gap, just because this is the 5-minute gap. What I understand, I'm just trying to explain that to you. Okay, so I don't have any idea why he was thinking like that way, because this market didn't build that 5-minute chart candle yet. That means there is no fair value gap yet. This candle is just moving, it's not completed yet. Okay, so actually it came here. He has explained it will tap to this new week opening gap high. Lot of question I have over here. So without building the 5-minute gap, how he can expect this should not be touched? And then from why 1-minute chart it should not be traded this gap? All of these things I have no idea. Then he has used this candle has closed above this fair value gap, tap to the constant encroachment of this fair value gap, then keep going higher. Where I have shown you actually this last fair value gap, a frame around the morning session, if you guys remember. So I just showed you and I told that it should not go below this last fair value gap from body to body, or means week to week. And sometimes we just go 1 or 2 tick below, it is absolutely okay. And then this market went higher. By the way, I didn't use the what to say, the first presented gap. Instead I have used the last variable gap. So just depending, I'm assuming that he's thinking this 5-minute chart should be untouched, and that is why if I use this market structure shift, my expectation will be it will come until the equilibrium at least, which is here. it will fall here, then it will go higher. So you will think like that way. That's why you have marked this one as market structure shift. And if you marked it as a market structure shift, he knows that this 5-minute chart is gonna be untouched and you will never get an opportunity. Instead of that, this market will just tap to the new week opening gap high, reacting from there, tap to this new week opening gap high, it will keep going higher. Now again, I'm not, whatever I'm saying here, this is just my assumption. I have no idea why he has done or he has talked about this is the not the market structure shift. If you ask me, this is the beautiful, best market structure shift in my opinion. Okay, so I hope that brother you got a bit idea about this. Okay, so what happened here? What the hell, man? It has cleared that high just by tick. Nothing wrong to take that high, but just by tick and then fall. So like awesome, awesome. No word to say, brother. I have no word to say, but yeah, all I tried to frame a sell here. I was not interested to look for buy, but unfortunately, there was no setup for me. Just simply, there was no setup for me. That setup, if I force the market, I could go for that setup, but forcing market without that, this market fall. Perfect. As I told, it should be consolidation. It should be consolidation in between these two quadrant level, if it wants to go, then it can fall below, not upper. It can fall lower, not going, it can't go higher. Okay, so yeah. This fall was good but expected, but there was no setup unfortunately, by the way. What do you think will be if the price action crosses the close above the upper quadrant? 24940, 24940. What is that? 24940. Oh man, I'm not thinking like that. It's too hard. We'll talk about that later tomorrow. Mick, okay? I think that's was you're saying that you don't need to wait for market structure shift before entry because most of the time market would not give you the re-entry without assuming bigger risk. Okay, and Kisler, I actually didn't watch it, brother, but that's all I can understand. If he said that this is not the market structure shift, he can say that in depending on that context, that if you would to wait for that market structure shift, you will never get the opportunity to take entry. Maybe because of that he talked about this, maybe. But if you ask me about this market structure shift, this is the best market structure shift in my opinion again. So yeah, by the way guys, I hope that you got something from this video and where I have explained all of this price action, why it should fall. Unfortunately, there was no setup. Trust me, there was no setup. This setup I have marked. I reply again telling this. It was forcing the market. I clearly told that it is not the market structure shift. It is not a valid market structure shift. I was just forcing the market because I was thinking I will just close the stream, something like that. I never said this is going to work. I told that I believe or I feel like it will work, but it's not the best setup. Okay, so it's not the best setup. This is going to be taken for sure. There is no if, there is no kind of no, nothing. It will be taken for sure, but the setup was not over there, by the way. That was all I wanted to say. Okay. Oh, before closing, I would love to show you the first entry opportunity actually from this morning. I mean, from this session, because I missed this one depending on that all the topics. When this market came here for the first time around here, that was the first opportunity to take the sell. Market structure shift, fair value gap, entry gap, breakaway gap, tap to this gap. There was a 46 handle run here. If I'm not wrong, it was a 46 handle run. I was watching this. Yeah, 48 handle, something like that, depending on the 22 IT model. And the entry was below the new day opening gap. So if you go to your new day opening gap, you'll see the entry was below the new day opening gap or below the constant crossment of the new day opening gap. So that was the only setup around this PM session. I have found beautiful setup, but all of this area there was no setup. Even though I knew this market will fall, but unfortunately this market didn't provide any setup. It consolidated and then around 330 just fall. Now it can be a bit volatility and then market will close. Simple. Okay. Selling off it a bit, a little 30-point boom. Congratulations, Big John Viking. Damn, guess I should have stayed in after the liquidity. Damn, sometimes shit happens, man. Tito question, 325 is a order block. 325. This one, there is no order block. In this whole area, there is no order block. This whole area. Jamie, at the beginning, I have explained why it can't be any order block here. So there is no order block. You can't use any kind of order block over here. Nothing. Okay, guys. I mean, it's been a long. Okay, so I will see you tomorrow. Until tomorrow, just be cheers. Okay. I hope the day was awesome. I believe the day was awesome, and I have done a good job. I have shown you the buy. I have already talked about the fall. Just there was no setup. Okay. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow. Until then, cheers. Oh, by the way, okay, I'll see you tomorrow.